They say the best ideas come in the shower, but sometimes it's the soap itself that holds the surprise.
Twist, twist, twist of fate radio.
In the mid-1950s, the American soap market was saturated. Pun intended. Ivory reigned supreme, boasting that it was 99 and 44, 100% pure. You know. Bar soap was utilitarian, predictable. It got the job done, but it wasn't glamorous. It wasn't revolutionary, and nobody expected it to be. Then came a new bar of soap, developed not by a beauty company, but by a pharmaceutical one. Doesn't sound luxurious. Okay, so let's get into the details. A Dutch margarine company, margarine, called Uni, acquired a company called Lever Brothers. And became, you guessed it, Unilever. The Lever Brothers had a product originally developed during World War II. It was a synthetic cleanser used in field hospitals, gentler than traditional soap, and less irritating to wounds. That technology, it was repurposed into a bar for consumer use. The goal? Create a soap substitute that cleaned without stripping skin. They named it Dove. But launching a new soap in a crowded market required more than chemistry. It needed a hook. So they flipped the script. Instead of talking about what Dove was made of, they focused on what it wasn't. It didn't dry out your skin. It wasn't harsh. It wasn't like the others. The real twist? Dove wasn't actually soap at all. It was a beauty bar, made with moisturizing cream and synthetic surfactants instead of traditional lye and fat. And that phrasing, "it's not soap," would become marketing gold. In 1957, 1957, I was actually shocked at how far back the date was. Dove aired its first television commercial. It featured a woman washing one side of her face with regular soap and the other with Dove. I was shocked at the 1957 date because I remember commercials like this about Dove in the 80s and 90s. The result? Do you remember it? The Dove side was softer, smoother. The campaign was simple, science-based, and unexpectedly bold. At the time when beauty ads were full of glamour and unattainable perfection, Dove spoke plainly. It didn't promise miracles. It promised moisture. And it worked. Dove exploded in popularity, especially among women who had grown tired of soap that left skin tight and dry. Over the decades, Dove became a household name. Not through gimmicks, but through consistency and clever positioning. Years later, Dove would double down on this philosophy with its Real Beauty campaign, featuring women of all shapes, sizes, and colors. It was revolutionary in the beauty space, still focused on gentleness, but now extending that message to self-esteem and representation. All of it from a wartime cleanser, rebranded as not soap. The twist? Dove succeeded by not playing by the rules of its competitors. While other brands raced to outshine each other with luxury or lather, Dove said, "Let's just be kind." That tiny shift, born from wartime medicine and marketed with a quiet rebellion, changed the industry forever. In a world full of rules, trends, and expectations, sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is go a different way. Dove didn't follow the standard formula, and neither should we if the formula doesn't fit. Whether it's in business, art, or the everyday choices we make, thinking outside the box can open doors we didn't even know existed. Sometimes the courage to not play by the rules is exactly what leads us to our biggest breakthroughs. This has been Twist of Fate Radio. I'm Angela Clark. Until next time, remember, sometimes the smallest choices lead to the biggest consequences. Want to explore more stories like this? Visit twistoffateradio.com. There you can read more details about this story and others like it. Plus, you can submit your own Twist of Fate story to be considered for a future episode. You never know what twist of fate is coming next.